Gosh, my arm is getting so tired. Well, hello everybody. Happy New Year's. Hope everything has been going well with you so far in the New Year's, and hopefully maybe you're being consistent on your New Year's resolutions. I know I can be pretty inconsistent at times, but hoping for the best for everything. But today we're gonna have some Ethiopian Misty Valley. It's a Yirgacheffe from Gideo, I believe. Coffee bean Corral again. This is part 2 in our series of, I guess, naturals. Yeah, all the coffees that I've been trying so far. So yesterday, well, it's actually not a natural, but it was like a honey process, so basically pretty close to a natural. But the other coffee that I'm gonna be checking out later is another natural, also from Ethiopia or from Africa. But this is like I said, Ethiopia, Misty Valley. They say it's grade 1. Let me go check my notes to actually tell you a little bit more about it. Checking out. Well, actually, I didn't make any notes about it. Hold on with me for a little bit. Let me go search it up real quick. Aha! Basically, grade 1 is through the screening process. There's like minimal defects around the coffee. So now that you know, and now I know. Other than that, Ethiopia, the Misty Valley, it's farmed at around 1,800 meters. I think it's like 1,750 to 1,950 meters in height. It's another heirloom. It's like grown around in that region of Ethiopia. This heirloom has like a certain distinct quality of flavor that people associate with the Yirgacheffe coffees. I guess the cuppy notes that they like to say, it's blueberry chocolate, strawberry, floral, clean, consistent, balanced, and bright, lemony sweetness. So, I mean, we'll definitely try to check that out. I really have to really be careful with the roasting process to actually make those flavors kind of accentuate and come out. But especially with dealing with these very delicate coffees, it takes a lot of work in the roasting process to actually bring out those flavors through the roasting process. So we'll see. Generally, for my experience with Yirgacheffe coffees, they have kind of a light body, very tea-like mouthfeel, and very aromatic and flowery and fruity. So I guess let's go ahead and roast it, and then we'll come back here for the tasting. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing now is just roasting again. Something pretty cool. I got this candy or turkey thermometer. Basically, this just helps with the consistency and also just temperature. So it's not too hot to where it gets scorched or burnt, but it's like enough to where it actually roasts within a reasonable amount of time. So let's get started. I think it's time. Yeah, So I guess for the French press, right, there's only one thing to do. Put this on top and then just let it stay at the top. So I guess like I'm doing a different method than the usual French press. This could be either called the cupping method or the James Hoffman method if you're familiar with him. But basically we kind of wait a little bit longer till all the fines and all the grounds kind of fall to the bottom. And then rather than using this as like a plunger and push it all the way down to keep the grounds at the bottom, we're gonna keep doing that by just decanting it slowly and then using the top more as a strainer rather than as a plunger. So, you know, generally this takes a little bit longer than usual coffees. Can take up to 8 minutes for like a single cup, but if you have a larger French press, then it might be a little bit better. This is a little cheap one, the $10 French press, that it's pretty good. You kind of want to go a little bit longer than usual. The longer, the better, basically. Yeah, so let's start pouring. Kind of want to decant this slowly. You like that sound? So it's a fairly clean cup of coffee when you do it this way. It just takes longer. If you're a fan of immersion brews, but you don't like the saltiness of coffee that it produces from the usual French press way, I would say try this out. You know, you don't have to press the French press all the way to the bottom. Just let it kind of pour out a little bit. You know, it takes a little bit more time and a little bit more effort since you have to slowly decant the liquid and keep all the slurry at the bottom. But, you know, it's a labor of love. I guess in love there's always sacrifice in putting it, so, you know. Okay. Gosh, my arm is getting so tired. Do I have to put the whole thing, or can I just like stop in the middle because I'm lazy? I'm kind of leaning towards the latter, but we're almost done. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I see all of that. But I guess let's go smell the coffee. It's pretty cool right now, because of just waiting so long. It's cooled down from its boiling, but it's still kind of hot though. Wow. Okay. Now that I'm tasting it this way, I usually do pour overs like V60s. But this way, like, you can really smell the aromatics. Like, you really get that black tea smell that Yirgacheffes usually produce. Gosh, it's so good. I actually did a roast last night, so that's why I'm able to brew it right away. Kind of just what I usually do. And I was kind of experimenting with different methods of roasting. So as you can see, this is like the first time I ever used like the temperature gauge, and it really helps a lot. Especially when you're trying to like figure out why is it burning up so fast and why does it taste so burnt. Pretty much what you can do is like around 420, but that's actually the number. I guess like the outside temperature, and then the beans are a little bit surfing like a little bit over 400 degrees is where the beans first crack, and you kind of want to stay in that area and not get too hot, because sometimes with the beans that I roast, they get actually to around 450, and that's where you get like the burnt taste of it. And also you just want to get like a balance of airflow and heat within inside the popcorn popper, because you don't have direct control over either of those. You just have to do it with the weight. After weighing it out correctly and getting the correct weight, you just have to wait and drink the coffee. It's gonna take a lot of time to brew it correctly. I definitely experiment a lot, especially with a coffee this delicate. Again, it just takes a lot of time to really get it right. But you know, can't be perfect. You just go in the direction of perfect, right? And that's what we can do every day. Just get slowly better and better, little at little. I do still have like that tea-like body. It's very light, even for a French press. Sheesh. Yeah, it's a pretty kind of tasty coffee. I think the ratio of coffee to water that I use, it's pretty good. I usually like to go lighter. It helps me kind of focus on the taste a little bit more rather than just the darkness of the coffee. Not too much of the fruit flavors come out. it is still very aromatic. Doesn't really come through taste as much as I was expecting. I hope this kind of helps you in roasting. Last night that I'm tasting this one, it's 12 minutes just because ambient temperatures are like 67 degrees, which is kind of cold for us at least. This morning, actually I don't know, it's probably around like 80 degrees or something. That's why like the roast comes a little bit faster, like 7 minutes. But I also kind of increased the weight from 62 to 65, so kind of just experimenting, but you know, you kind of have to experiment on your own. Hope you guys had a happy New Year's, and I'm happy that I'm able to experience this coffee with you. You can drink some coffee with me. It doesn't have to be Yirgacheffe or anything, but yeah, take care, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.